later on. But tomorrow has a pretty nice clan war and also a grudge match too. So we got a lot of cool stuff coming up here within the near couple of days. Let me just throw up the scoreboard really quick, and we'll get straight off to this series number 1. Our orange Zerg player in the bottom right-hand corner of the map. Coming at us from Quests, it is JakeTheDog.
Former NSL winner there, man. So he's looking to make another run. We'll see if he can do it. But his opponent looking to stop him from DBSQ. First time on the Nydus. It is DiZzyFingErs.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not sure that I've ever seen their name. I know a few people have signed up and kind of slipped through the cracks because we didn't cast them, but I believe this is the first time I've seen them in the bracket. So either way, this is the first time they've been casted, but more than likely this is the first time they've entered. So we'll have to keep an eye on them. And they're D1, so it's all, you know, they have a pretty good chance of doing a deep run in here. So we'll have to see how they do, man.
Yep. Absolutely. From Protoss, looks like it's going to be a Gateway, likely a Nexus behind this as well, with only one assimilator taken. And from Zerg, it is going to be Hatch, Gas, and then the pool is going to come down. So very standard openers. Probably going to get up onto 2 base, and then we'll have to see from there what each player wants to kind of what tech they want to go into.
Yep. Yeah, and while we got a couple seconds here, I just wanted to point out that a lot of people who's been watching the Nydus know who Carter is, and I just wanted to give a little update that Carter has actually been promoted into Masters, so he's going to admin for us tonight. So first of all, thank you very much to helping us out and adminning, and also congratulations on your promotion. Kind of sad that he never got to win one or whatever. He made it to the finals like, what, 4 or 5 times? No exaggeration.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the dude is a monster, and it's sad that we don't get to see him play anymore, but I think it's cool that we're basically a Masters Factory, just cranking them out one after. No, I'm just fucking around.
No, for sure. That is awesome for him, though. It is kind of a bummer. That was one of my favorite storylines from the Nydus is Carter. You know, you're right. He made deep runs all the time, man. But we're looking to have a Masters tournament or at least the Open tournament, and so you know, present an opportunity for some of these players that have competed in the Nydus before and won it or whatever, an opportunity to go again. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just gonna say, I think we've teased the idea already on the channel, but we were thinking about maybe inviting all the previous winners back for like a winners tournament. I think that idea is hype, so hopefully we'll see a couple of them back for that one, and then as you said, a Masters one that he can get in on too. So we haven't seen the end of Carter, just the end of him in the Plat Diamond one. He's moved on to greener and Masters pastures, so it was hard to say. Lag. Yeah, we'll have to ask him if maybe there's a specific region they want for game number 2 in this series. But get into the game real quick. We got Stalkers coming out from Dizzy, and then it looks like just Lings for now from Jake. So
yep,
still no tech or anything.
Yeah, nothing too crazy. I mean, like I said, it's going to be kind of mid-game where we see a divergent in the tech and what they want to drop. Protoss has a lot of options from this point, especially sitting on 2 base. You can try and take that 3rd base, Mothership Core and Pylons to hold it. Seen a lot of DT drops into Archons. That seems to be popular, but I don't know if that's fallen out of style. To be honest with you, I haven't seen a lot of ZV. Protoss has been a little lacking in Nydus events at all, so I haven't seen many ZVPs that haven't, resulted in Archon drops.
Yeah, absolutely. We used to have a lot of Protoss, but they all got so damn good that they all got promoted out. It's actually kind of scary. Every Protoss we used to have in the tournament that's been playing with us has been promoted into Masters, with the exception of like 1 or 2. So it's really crazy how they all kind of got it at once. I'm sure there's like a balance joke here somewhere or something, but I'm not gonna step on that one. So the Nydus, hey, you never know, I could be back in 3 seasons. Hey, Kappa, that's what I'm talking about, dude. I'm Mr. fucking never promote, dude. So, well, I'm not going to make fun of anyone if that does happen. So, nah, I'm sure you'll be able to make your way through Masters, man. But we have a couple Lings here coming in, trying to prevent this, I guess, more than Scout than anything else. He's not going to find too much damage with this. I guess he's just trying to get over there. But what we do have coming is a Warp Prism, too, so we'll have to see if he decides to do a lot of aggression for that. It's kind of a really popular map for it, because you can just kind of bounce around between the natural and the 3rd base, whichever one you take. So.
Yep. The Stalker and Zealot, certainly bold, man. They're out there on the map trying to get it done.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's not going to get too much done with this. I'm not sure if this is just, like, the craziest Scout we've ever seen, but yeah. They're out here just trying to make their way in this crazy-ass world, and now they're going to find themselves completely surrounded by
I think they might have met their match, dude. Yeah, for sure. That Stalker's doing the best it can. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. For a second there, Soccer was behind the Zealot, but unfortunately, they will go down. We do see a Warp Prism with 3 sentries in it, so very interesting play. I wonder if this is going to be dropped on the high ground here, and then the ramp force fielded, and then the Warpin's going down. That would be a beautiful move that I haven't seen. It was more popular kind of in like HOTS and shit, but like, man, oh my god, do we see it?
Okay, so Captain Pale is asking, hey Carter, if opponent doesn't show, can we go into the next match or do we wait? I think the official rule is 15 minutes. You give your opponent 15 minutes. After that, you get a walk. So we have a lot of aggression coming in here. I kind of pointed out that War Prism as it was coming in, and he chose to use it for Zealots and a bunch of War Prisms. And there's really nothing to contest this up here in the main. The Zealots are just starting to find their way. They got to fight through drones to make it to the Queen, but that's kind of a, a good thing in my opinion.
He missed the force field there. I don't know if I'm sure he had energy. I'm not sure what happened. But yeah, he missed the force field there, and unfortunately now he won't have the opportunity to keep those units out. I guess they probably would have been broken down with the Ravagers anyways, but the Warp Prism does go down.
Yeah.
The sentries do go down, and JakeTheDog, while momentarily looking a little sketch there, actually handles that quite well.
Yeah, talk about like a much-needed defensive units or whatever you call it, like around there. That was pretty good reinforcement, and it happened pretty much at the perfect time, or he would have found himself in a really, really bad position there. So. Now he's looking pretty strong, dude. I mean, that's a lot of roaches that could potentially turn into Ravagers once they get across the map. And he's flooding this with nothing but Lings, too, behind this. So, I mean, this is going to be a pretty strong attack here. But between Overcharge and all these Stalkers, I think Dizzy will be all right. We'll have to see. Oh, and Immortal will help as well.
Yep. Roach speed, not quite. I mean, I want to say not quite done, but it's not even, a third of the way done.
Yeah.
So he is working without that for now. Pylon Overcharge will come down. Decent number of Ravagers in here. They do get some biles down, but it's not going to be enough to even crack through the shields of that one Pylon. The Stalker and Immortal. Oh, shit, the mothership!
No.
Oh my god,
holy
what a
shit.
fucking...
It gets away with 10 health, dude. That thing is hurting. It's all on fire, missing like half of its body or whatever. I fucked up the joke, but either way, also he walled himself completely in there, so he had to break his production in order to get out. So
this is pretty bold. Yeah, he probably wants to break out so that he can maneuver a little bit better against us, but the Zerg is really starting to reinforce here. Good amount of Lings. Ravager number is really high.
Yeah.
This is okay, no, only gonna unpower one gateway. I think he wants like a couple more. I mean, this army is kind of, from Protoss, a little bit ragtag. He's a little bit more in here. And he's gonna come in finally. Force field's going down, but amazing Bile's gonna wreck those units.
Yeah, absolutely. And he has a Warping coming in, but it's just not going to be enough, unfortunately. There's only a couple Stalkers here to defend, and GG will be called, and JakeTheDog will take game number 1. We've seen that build before on the Nydus, but that was a very, very well executed version of it for sure. So it's not like he didn't play that very well, but at the end there it was looking a little one-sided. I think Protoss just needed a bit more units there. I guess he just kind of over-probed or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, he was doing a really good job. I mean, we were looking at the saturation as natural as Zerg was kind of moving out, and he had a lot of stuff there, which is great. But unfortunately, he wasn't able to hold. I mean, he did have one Immortal, but a few more of those probably would have helped him hold a little bit more. And I'm not sure, if that original kind of his sentry attack was really good, and then all of a sudden the dudes came up the ramp. So maybe he did end up breaking that with that force field with a Ravager. I didn't actually see that.
Yeah.
But maybe that's why. I was saying, hey, this is more popular in HOTS. That's probably why. It's because the Ravager kind of just knocks down that force field.
Yeah, absolutely. Unless you're me, and then you forget that it even has that ability, and you just sit there and wait behind. No, I'm fucking around. Oh shit, there you guys go. If you have a match, you might be holding up round number 1, so you should probably get in and find your opponent. You're actually going to get disqualified here very, very shortly if you already haven't, so you should probably jump on that. And a little bit of an update. We have a couple people that have already made it into round number 2. Brad has made it into round number 2 as well as Jackal. So those are some fast round number 1s. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure.
We'll have to keep an eye on the first person to make it into round number 3 and make sure that we can cast that one.
You know how it is with some of those, early games. Just people cheesing people, man. It's just like, hey, I got to make it to the finals. I ain't got time for this,
Yeah.
Sometimes the opener of the NSL is just like cheese, and then it starts to steady out as like the head like deeper into the bracket.
Yeah. Let me try to find this guy in the channel. There's gonna be a 90-second delay, so by the time they hear this, it'll be way too late. But hopefully, or here I can just type it out. Oh shit! Let me skip this. Alright, so both of these players are ready, I believe. We got it ready from 1, actually. Let me get it from Dizzy, and we'll jump in here to game number 2. That was a pretty crazy game number 1, but you can't really build order cactus as much as that map, so we might see a little variation here. It's a lot easier to do that sort of an all-in on Newkirk, so.
Yeah, I agree, where you know where the opponent's base is and stuff. Yeah. It's always surprising to me that people don't, some people don't like cactus. I don't know why. I like this map. I don't like the look of it. Like, fuck the desert, man. But like,
some people just like being that guaranteed scout, I guess, so they can see what their opponent's doing. But I that's the reason why I like 4-player maps, just because the variation, or whatever you want to call it. So I can see both sides of the coin on that one for sure.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take the dirty Protoss if I must. No, I'm just fucking around. Okay, so our player from DBSQ, whatever that means, currently down 1 point in this best of 3. It is DiZzyFingErs. We'll have to ask him what that clan is, because I'm not quite sure what that means.
And his opponent in the bottom right, taking a quick game 1 from Quest, the Orange Zerg. It is JakeTheDog.
Yeah, and just to let you guys know, Carter here is going to be our admin for the first couple of rounds, and then I believe Sheer or Swag's going to take over. So if you need help finding your opponent or whatever, you should be dealing with Carter. And you need to be in the channel Nydus on NA. No it's just Nydus, so.
Nydus.
Oh shit, they already DQ'd him. I'm sorry, man. Unfortunately, you only have 15 minutes to get into your match, or they give the player the bye just to kind of keep the bracket moving along or whatever. So sorry about that. But you can always try next week, Kappa. I don't really know what else we can do besides that, so.
Yeah, for sure, man. But the good news is we do this every week. So, yeah, as he said, can't come back next week and give it another shot, man.
Yeah.
But we do see the spawning pool coming down from JakeTheDog, hatch gas pool. His Overlord, unfortunately, the initial one will not be going to the right position, but his second one will, so he'll get a scout on this eventually. Meanwhile, for Protoss, has he scouted? Hold on a second. Is he scouting? No, he is not
he's
scouting.
Just chilling for now.
So he won't know, but he does have this Nexus coming down. So.
Yeah. Yeah, so what do you do? Do you think you just try to repeat that same Roach, Ravager, Ling all in, or do you switch it up a little bit? I mean, it worked rather convincingly there on game number 1, but I think the map kind of lent itself more towards it, so. I wonder what he'll do here, I guess,
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, you're kind of in a comfortable spot. You're a game up, so you could, try another all in and be really aggressive, and if it doesn't work, you're back to square one. It's not a huge deal.
Yeah. Yeah. So, oh shit. Okay. Well, it's gonna be something a little bit different. Look how early that layer was. Holy shit. Layer before speed even. So he's definitely got something cooking up here.
Yeah, we do see the Roach Warren come down as well. So this definitely will be some sort of aggression. Meanwhile, from DiZzyFingErs, we do see that same Zealot and Stalker opener as before. But will he have enough, man? He really doesn't have anything beyond that standard tech. We'll have to see. Is it a Stargate? Is it a Robo?
Yeah, absolutely. And he's going to get over here and get a really good scout going on. Because as soon as this Overlord finds out where the base is, he's going to send the Lings over too and run into that wall. So he's going to have all the information he needs here. I bet we will see a repeat of that build, man. He just wanted to get that early speed because of the 4-player map. Or at least that's my guess, We'll have to see what he ends up doing. But that was a crazy-ass layer. Like, that's all. So...
Yeah, man. We'll have to see. That is incredibly early, man. So what's it for? Nydus!
Oh shit.
My god, dude.
Someone's listened to our previous VODs, dude. Hype.
So this could definitely catch. Actually, that one Stalker shooing away the Overlord from JakeTheDog. So very nice. He's got these 2 Lings that are kind of running in here. Just confirming that there is a Nexus. But man, this Overlord at 12 health. If it dies, then he loses his vision across the map.
Yep. And with it, the ability to Nydus. So we'll have to see what he does there. Maybe he'll send another one over or just wait. But it should be able to poke in at least enough to throw down a Nydus. So, damn, this is pretty early, too. You send the Queens at this point, right? Like, you have to, man. Just pack everything up and go all the way in. You're already up a point. Like, you might as well just get it done. Oh, shit, Giggle. The Nydus is down. I'm so stoked. Dude, I know we're not supposed to be biased, but come on. Like, our name is the Nydus. This shit is pretty awesome. So, we'll have to see. There's really not much in the way of units in order to defend this. There's not even like a pylon for overcharge or anything. Unfortunately, this main base is rather screwed. So
yeah, definitely the Nexus is more than likely to fall. Actually, less came out of that Nexus than I thought there would, or less came out of that Nydus than I thought there would be. But that is still a significant amount of units. There is a Warp Prism coming out, but unfortunately that doesn't shoot down.
Your toast is pylon.
I know, right? Photon Overcharge will go off for now and save it. But man, the threat of more Zerg units coming across in that Nydus is definitely, oh man, and just as I say that, more roaches show up.
I feel like that's what he needed, though, too. I was kind of with you there when you're like, not much came out of that Nydus. I'm kind of in agreement with you there. It was just enough to get the job done, don't get me wrong. But I thought he would send over maybe a couple more queens or something, anything, and it would have helped out with that Warp Prism, too. So, I don't know, but I think he got the job done regardless. There's been no economy being done on this main base for quite a long time here now, so...
Yep, for sure. Yeah, he's saturated at 28 of 16 down on that natural, so definitely not efficiently mining out of that. These roaches going to continue to poke in some Ravagers now too, which allows some siege potential out of those units. Yeah. And he's going to get to work on the Robo, man, and if he gets that, there's no Immortal that can come out. Unfortunately, he is going to take damage, so he doesn't commit to it.
Okay, here we go with the big warp in here for DiZzyFingers. He might be able to push it back now that these come out. It's a couple Stalkers and a couple Zealots. They'll be able to, yeah, okay. So they'll be able to start working on this and at least clean it up and stop the aggression. But damn, that was a lot of lost mining time up there in the main. So that hurt him. I mean, we could see there his mineral economy just kind of grinded to a halt. So he'll be able to fix it, and it's not like he's out of the game or anything, but that hurt him. So, oh shit, another one. He's back.
I know, right? That's freaking crazy. So we do see it on the low ground here. The Warp Prism is going to be able to shuttle these units down and immediately take that out. So very nice. Warp Prism allowing a little bit more mobility out of the units that DiZzyFingers has now. There is a creep tumor in his main base, so that's going to be annoying, man, preventing the amount, of space that he can build. He's going to eventually need to get detection to clean that up.
Yep, absolutely. So it looks like DiZzyFingers is going to queue up a little bit of aggression of his own, and I think that's probably the correct response. Your opponent was rather all in, so...
Oh shit.
That kind of shuts down the aggression, and yeah, it looks like he's
and he's just heads home,
like,
dude.
oh shit.
Like, you know how it is. May need to recall here if he doesn't want to lose his units as those Ravagers and Lings. He's gonna turn. Okay, oh dude, risque. I think to turn around and fight that.
Yeah, he was trying to flex up to maybe stop like the pursuit or something, but it didn't work, and he just lost a unit for it. So, yeah, it was pretty amazing how fast he shut down the attack as soon as that Warp Prism died, and rightfully so. Like, you don't go through with the attack if you lose it, but. It was just funny, man. Some good bios there from JakeTheDog, though, obviously, in order to make that happen.
Absolutely, man. So DiZzyFingers is able to get a couple of warp-ins here. We'll have to see. Does he dodge these bios? Oh, God, no! Takes some bios to the face, and unfortunately, I think that's just going to be a little bit too much damage.
Oh, yeah.
You target the Immortal. That goes down. He's going to target the Sentry.
Yeah, so because of this wall and overcharge, he gets to delay his death here for a little while, but unfortunately, JakeTheDog just played that a little too well. I'm sure there's a balance line about Roaches and Ravagers in here somewhere, but that was just very well played. The Nydus caught him completely off guard, shut down the main there for, 2 minutes, rather, or maybe a little bit more. And then from there on out, he just kind of overwhelmed him with Zerg Force here. So breaking down that wall and completely shutting down that production is just icing on the cake at this point. He's even going to drop in another Nydus behind this. Oh my god.
I know, right?
I love this. This is okay. We've already hit like our Nydus quota for the night. I'm pretty happy about that, dude.
Dude, his bios have just been incredibly awesome.
Yeah.
He's been able to like knock down Warp Prisms, Mothership Cores, and that's really awesome, man. Because taking out Warp Prisms, definitely you can be way more, aggressive on the map, knowing you're not going to get counterattacked or anything like that.
Yeah.
DiZzyFingers knows that his tournament life is on the line, so he is fighting down to the last unit hero. Where are those guys? Oh, no.
Unfortunately, he's up against a previous champ, though. I mean, you kind of said it at the beginning of this game. JakeTheDog has actually gone through an entire Nydus and won before, so we kind of knew he was a good player. But damn, I gotta say, DiZzyFingers is a pretty good player as well. I really hope he'd come back to the tournament. Not only because we never get any Protoss or whatever, but because he played this pretty well, too. He's just up against a champ, man.
Yep.
He might be able to hold this base here for a little while. This Warpin is starting to look pretty strong, so...
We'll have to see, man, because he doesn't have to. He hasn't, done any worker production behind this.
Yeah.
He does have a decent bank, and this army is, pretty beefy. But this one Immortal is able to do a ton of work. Lings finally get up in here now. There is a Nydus that got called in again where that initial stop was, so he is able to just immediately get up in here. And of course, they're going to stop it. And I think with this, man, he may be able to knock out the rest of the forces here. We'll have to see.
Yep, absolutely. He's working on all these pylons. He's about to kill this one last Artosis pylon, and then that kind of shuts down the rest of the production. Oh, man, I thought that's where the bios were going to go, but he's trying to get this Mothership core down. But, I mean, this is all, for all intents and purposes, the game is over at this point. JakeTheDog played that very, very well. I just don't want to rule DiZzyFingers out until, it's finally happened, but it's looking pretty rough for him right now, man.
Yeah, he does have, a bunch of workers if he is able to finally clean this up. rebuild his pylons will be okay, but he has everything unpowered now. A good force field there.
Yeah.
He's actually going to be able to pick up some units for free. This type of stuff is exactly what he needs to help get him back in the game.
Yeah.
As I said, he does still have his base, and he was able to bring those workers back up, but man, with these amount of roaches and ravagers coming in, I just don't think he's going to be able to do it.
Yeah, I hate to say how one-sided it was or whatever, but like it's just because I guess he's not only is he blocked down here from his natural, but JakeTheDog has the Nydus worm, so the reinforcements can get here so fast. He just can't shut this down. If he were able to prevent this from happening, he'd be able to catch up rather fast. I mean, it's 32 probes to 18 drones, so he just needs to stabilize, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, we'll have to see, man. There is another immortal here, Oh, God, no! Okay, it goes down, unfortunately. It's just, this game is so scrappy, dude. Like,
isn't Turdzergler the leader of the group? Nah, man. GiggleBear is the leader of the group. Everyone knows that. I'm just a fucking lackey, dude.
Turdzergler is the Captain America. It's very, you know what I'm saying? Like, there has to be.
Turdzergler is the glue, or I mean, Giggle is the glue that holds this shit together.
We'll have to, I mean, DiZzyFingErs, man. He's hanging in there, but I don't know that he's going to be able to do it. He does have some stalkers. Unfortunately, the Lings are going to be able to here, mess up their pathing.
I want him to fucking stabilize, dude. It's 31 to 18. Like, if he were to pull this off and take it to a tied game, that would be pretty much the best comeback that's ever happened. And if he doesn't mess around, he might be able to do it here, dude. Actually.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Oh, nice transfuse is coming down. I don't know, man. He doesn't lose those buffer zealots, and it's just stalkers and an immortal now. More units coming through the Nydus. Oh, he shoots the rocks! No!
Yeah.
Oh man, a couple of shots there, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was talking about here. He probably would have been able to stabilize if those units had to walk all the way across the map, but because they're just coming through on the Nydus, it's just impossible for him to get his foothold here. Oh shit! Once these queens fall down and there's no more transfuses, he might be able to stabilize. He needs a mothership core for overcharge, but it's just not here yet.
This guy is like a man, like he's holding on for his fucking life, man. And you can look, he doesn't have an insane bank either, so every unit is so incredibly important here. This vial's gonna come down on the pylon. He's gonna just try and Jesus,
no, another
realizing is that. Oh shit, dude!
It's like the Manor Nydus at this point. No, he's just trying to get his reinforcements over there, but DiZzyFingErs has played this very, very well. I really, really hope that we see him in the tournament again, because this has been pretty awesome. But unfortunately,
Probe's gonna get to work.
Yeah.
Oh man, those vials coming down. But yeah, no, I totally agree. The first game, it was a little bit of a walkover, but the second game from DiZzyFingErs, you could really see that he has potential. And yeah, like you said, I'd love to see him on the Nydus again.